Arsenal and Liverpool ready to bid £50 million for a star as he is cleared for a January transfer. Arsenal and Liverpool are both ready to try offering around £50 million for the potential January transfer of Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi. Sources with a close understanding of the situation have informed Cout Offside that Real Sociedad are now ready to listen to offers for Zubimendi this January, though the Spain international's asking price is likely to be closer to £60 million. Arsenal and Liverpool were both interested in Zubimendi in the summer and look ready to move for him again this winter, while Manchester City could also be one to watch as they are considering a move to replace the injured Rodri in the middle of the park. Zubimendi has shown great quality during his time at Sociedad and seems like an ideal signing to fill that gap left by Rodri in Pep Guardiola's side. However, some sources indicate that the feeling for now is that Arsenal and Liverpool would be ahead of City in the race for the 25-year-old signature. Zubimendi dominated headlines for much of the summer as he looked certain to earn himself a big move away from Sociedad, though it didn't happen on that occasion. Arsenal instead signed his former teammate Mikel Merino to bolster their options in midfield, but the Gunners could arguably still do with another new addition in that area of the pitch. Both Thomas Partey and Jorginho are heading towards the ends of their contracts, and Mikel Arteta will surely need to address that with a midfield signing soon. Liverpool, meanwhile, have made a great start to the season, but might be keen to try again for Zubimendi after missing out in the summer. For now, Ryan Gravenberch has really upped his game in Arne Slot's midfield, but there could still be room for Zubimendi as a possible upgrade on the likes of Alexis McAllister and Endo. Newcastle named their price for Alexander Isak if he could help them beat Man United to major transfer. Newcastle United would reportedly want at least £115 million for Alexander Isak, as they could then reinvest that money in the potential transfer of Sporting Lisbon striker Victor Gyökeres. Isak has established himself as a star player for the Magpies and is surely good enough to play for a number of top clubs in Europe, so it's not too surprising to see speculation over his future. Still, Newcastle won't let the Sweden international go without a fight, with the bidding expected to start at £115 million, according to Team Talk, who add that both Arsenal and Chelsea are interested in him. The report goes on to say that Newcastle want that big fee for Isak so they can then target an ambitious move for Sporting goal machine Gyökeres, his Swedish national teammate. Isak would not be easy for Newcastle to replace, but in Gyökeres, they could find the perfect solution as the 26-year-old has been absolutely unplayable in recent times. Something of a late bloomer, Gyökeres was struggling for playing time at Brighton not that long ago before reviving his career in the Championship with Coventry City. Gyökeres' form there earned him a move to Sporting, and he scored a staggering 67 goals in 69 games in all competitions for the club in total. This has led to the Daily Star and others linking Gyökeres with Manchester United, and it could be a good move for him to follow his former Sporting boss Ruben Amorim to Old Trafford. Still, Newcastle would also surely be a tempting project, especially as United are struggling at the moment, and selling Isak could mean it's financially realistic for the Northeast outfit. It will be interesting to see, however, if anyone is actually prepared to pay so much money for Isak, even if he is a quality player, as financial fair play makes big moves like that more complicated than they used to be. £30 million bid could be enough for Arsenal or Aston Villa to get transferred on. Aston Villa have reportedly been told that £30 million would be enough for them to secure the transfer of Ajax midfielder Kenneth Taylor. The talented 22-year-old has been impressing with his form in the Eredivisie, and sources recently told Cout Offside about interest from Arsenal as well. Taylor is surely good enough to get a big move soon, and the latest from Football Insider is that Aston Villa are keen on the Dutchman, though they probably won't be the only ones. On top of that, they claim that £30 million should be enough to persuade Ajax to cash in on Taylor, so one imagines there will be plenty of top teams out there looking at this as a potential bargain. Villa aren't in the best form right now, but in general, they have made remarkable strides under current manager Unai Emery, so a talent like Taylor could see this as an exciting project if someone like Arsenal step up their interest. However, that could make it tricky for Aston Villa, who surely still can't compete with a big name like the Gunners. One thing in Villa's favour, however, might be the fact that they'd probably be more likely to guarantee Taylor regular opportunities to start games for Emery's side. There would be more competition at Arsenal, which might make things tricky for Taylor, who might perhaps do well to be patient and make a move to more of a stepping stone club first and think about destinations like the Emirates Stadium a little later on in his career. Arsenal could do with strengthening in midfield soon, however, as they are in a slightly worrying situation with Thomas Partey and Jorginho. The experienced midfield duo remain key players for Mikel Arteta, but both are due to be out of contract at the end of the season. A talented young player like Taylor could be ideal to help replace those two, though Martin Zubimendi has also been linked with Arsenal again, as we mentioned before. Arsenal battling Newcastle United for a transfer of informed Premier League attacker. Arsenal and Newcastle are among the transfer suitors for Brentford forward Brian Mbeumo ahead of January. Caught offside understands. The Cameroon international has been in superb form in the Premier League this season, and sources with a close understanding of his situation have informed Caught offside that Arsenal and Newcastle are interested in him. Other clubs monitoring Mbeumo's situation are understood to be Manchester United, Liverpool, and Aston Villa, while Brentford are expected to ask for around £40 million for the 25-year-old. Mbeumo is surely too good to stay at Brentford for much longer, with his own manager Thomas Frank recently admitting that he is convinced he will end up playing for a top club at some point. It seems Mbeumo could have plenty of options, so where will he end up if he does leave the Bees in the near future? Mbeumo could surely make an instant impact at Arsenal, where Mikel Arteta has a shortage of quality up front after the loss of form of the likes of Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, and Leandro Trossard. This has left Arsenal overly reliant on Bukayo Saka to provide their spark in attack, while Kai Havertz has performed well as a centre forward, though there are question marks over whether that's his best position for the long term. Newcastle, meanwhile, could do well to move for Mbeumo amid some uncertainty over Alexander Isak, who has been in superb form at James Park and linked with a move away. Team Talk have reported on Isak's high asking price at Newcastle, so selling the Sweden international could help them afford Mbeumo as his replacement up front. Still, if Mbeumo really wants to make a step up in his career, he'd surely choose Arsenal over Newcastle in order to give himself the best possible chance of winning major silverware. Arsenal star praises rumoured Gunners transfer target. Arsenal are among the numerous big clubs to be linked with informed Sporting Lisbon striker Victor Gyökeres, and it seems Gunners goalkeeper David Raya is well aware of the player's quality. Arsenal will get a closer look at Gyökeres as Mikel Arteta's side take on Sporting in the Champions League, with Raya discussing the threat of the Sweden international ahead of the game. Raya will undoubtedly need to be at his best against such a lethal forward, while the Spanish shot stopper will also be hoping the defenders in front of him can help him keep the 26-year-old quiet. Arsenal fans, meanwhile, will be hoping for a good result, but will surely also be keen to get a look at how well Gyökeres can perform against higher caliber opposition than he usually comes up against. While it would be unfair to disrespect the Portuguese league, it's certainly a level below the English top flight, so Gyökeres isn't guaranteed to be a hit in the Premier League if he does end up joining Arsenal or another team here. Still, Gyökeres has already put Manchester City to the sword this season with a fantastic display in Sporting's recent 4-1 win over Pep Guardiola's side, so it's wise that Raya is clearly not taking this opponent lightly. Raya said the following in a press conference as quoted by the Metro. We know his strength, how he runs a lot in behind and scores a lot in 1 versus 1, and he is a top player in form. We are going to try and keep him very, very quiet. Don't give him any chances. We have to step up defensively. Hopefully, we can do a great job and keep a clean sheet. It will also be interesting to see how Gyökeres and the rest of his sporting team get on now that Ruben Amorim has left as manager. The Portuguese tactician was a hugely important part of the Lisbon outfit's success, but he's just made the move to Manchester United. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.